Hey everyone, quick update for the week ending Friday, March 21st. Hope everybody had a good week of trading. Obviously, we had FOMC Wednesday, so had an expectation of volatility during or after FOMC, but in reality, we have stayed in a very tight range all week. This is this week's price action. Hit a low of 56.50 in the ES and a high of 57.70. So about 120 point range. For a little perspective, I don't know what the expected move was at the end of Friday last week, but if we look at 7 days out from today on ES, the expected range from the option chain, and call it 111 points. So we moved 120 this week, but we had FOMC. So I would say, just guessing, the expected range from last Friday at this time was probably closer to, 170. And we certainly, maybe 150. We certainly stayed in quite a compact range. So we'll see what next week brings. As far as scheduled events for next week, we've got, let's see, is this next week? Yeah. Monday, flash manufacturing and services PMI. We've got a couple of Fed speakers. Really nothing on Tuesday, new home sales. Really nothing on Wednesday except for durable goods pre-market. Thursday, final GDP and unemployment claims pre-market. And then Friday, core PCE price index can move the markets. But that's all we have scheduled for next week. So we'll see what happens. Sometimes the market likes to just drift when there's no news. So we'll see if that is the case here. This morning I was looking when we were in the day trading live stream. I thought, this could go either way. When we gap down, we opened up near the bottom of this range. I thought we could flush these lows and do a little bit of a liquidity sweep and then drive higher, or we could really just fall apart and continue to new lows here over the next few days. But S&P didn't actually flush the Tuesday lows. NASDAQ did by just a little tick, I think. Oh, actually, no, I don't think it did. Low on Tuesday in NASDAQ was 604.25. Today was 602.25. So, yeah, I guess it did a little bit by a couple points. But either way, just kind of bounced back up into the kind of the upper, call it the upper third of that range. So we'll see what happens as we break out. Russell and the Dow pretty close to the same. Dow hit a new all-time high, gold hit a new all-time high yesterday after selling off today. Silver didn't quite tick above that 35 level. Sold off the last couple days. Notes and bonds a little bit stronger. 10-year yield down, finished at 4.247. Oil, natural gas, all the grains pretty choppy back and forth. The euro finally sold off versus the U.S. dollar. Finally starting to see a little bit of strength in the dollar. And then same thing with the pound, a little bit of a sell-off the last couple days. And Bitcoin just grinding higher the last couple weeks. Finished the week on the futures at least 84,185 for Bitcoin. All right, so trades for the week. Ended up with all my strategies, ended positive, a little over 23,000. 23,826 was my total. On my 0 and 1 DTE category, only had one loser on my price action iron condors. The rest were winners. Just did one little discretionary rick. That was after FOMC. That ended up closing pretty quickly. And then the others were my FOMC trades. My O2 ratio diagonal, my iron condor, my long strangle, all three of those hit. Did a couple other bullish VRRs, a couple small winners and a loser. So plus 4,300 on those. So total in that category, a little over 12,000. My BICs, which have been on a pretty bad run, ended up with a positive week. So Tuesday, the day before FOMC, so that would have been the 18th. My software was freezing up, my TAT, and so I didn't actually do any that day, and I think it would have been my best day of the year. So unfortunately missed out on that, but still a positive week by a little bit on BICs. Didn't do any Woogas. Mahomes had 1 winner, 2 losers, minus 1,500 for the week. That was my only losing category, was the Mahomes. Calendars plus 4,600. Keeping these pretty small. I mean, just little base hits. I had a 6-7 that was over 1,100, but all these others just a few $100 here and there. Got my calendars open for today for next week. Transformers had 3 1 DTE trades that all hit minimum profit, which equated to a little over 2,400 total. And then I've got an open one that will expire Monday that will be a minimum of 570 up to a max of 2,070 if we get a little bit more of a price push higher into Monday. No options selling closes. Day trades, a little over 4,000 on the week. Did some 0 DTE scalping today, which is not really part of my normal core day trading, but ended up positive. Had a couple monster winners in MSTR and QQQ. But plus 4,070 on the week. And then lastly, in the other category, did an earnings put fly on Micron for earnings and booked 849 on that one. So that is it for the week. Hope everybody had a good one. Look forward to next week. Talk to you soon.